Okay, let's start with some important markings on the patterns which we are going to mark on these patterns. So as you can see, I have marked this double arrowed line, vertical line. So this is indicating your grain line, and I have marked it vertically. That means it is your straight grain. At the front part also I have marked it like that only. If I have marked it like in this way, that means if I mark the line horizontally, that will consider as your cross grain. So what is the importance of this grain line marking on your pattern paper? This means this line always should be parallel with your selvage. As you can see here, it is the selvage of the fabric, and I am placing this pattern on the fabric like this way, that this line always should be parallel with your selvage. If let's suppose if I have put this line horizontally, so I have to put this fabric, this pattern like that, because then only this line will be parallel with your selvage. But now we are going to make it on a straight grain, so you need to keep your pattern like this way. The second marking, and which is very important, is your on-fold marking. On-fold means the fabric you are putting on this edge, it should be on folded fabric. See, as I have taken the fabric from here, it on folded area. Okay, so this is your folded edge. So this line or this edge, wherever you have marked your on fold mark, this should be kept on this double edge, or you can say folded edge of the fabric. The fabric should be folded from this edge, and then you need to mark these other lines, so that when you open this fabric, you will get a fabric into one piece. That is why I have marked it here, cut one piece, because the fabric is double, we are going to cut only one piece. But at the second, see, it is marked cut two pieces. Why? Because your pattern from the back side is not folded from the back. We are going to cut two pieces. One is for right part and one is for left part. So why we are cutting in two pieces? Because we are going to cut it from here, and we are going to apply maybe any placket or maybe any zipper or anything we want to apply as a closures at the back side. That is why I haven't marked it on folded here. Okay, so after that I have marked it center front, and this is also our center front. This is the back neckline, this is the front neckline, shoulders, front armhole, back armhole. As you can see, the back armhole is more like a straight or the very less curve, but at the front armhole it is slightly deeper curve. This is the back waist dart, and this is the front waist dart. This is your waistline, this one, and this is also the part of waistline. As you will close this dart, it will get combined together like this. This is the side seam part, this is the side seam part. So let's start with the cutting of this part. So how should we cut your fabric according to these pattern markings? These pattern markings are very important on the pattern, because in industries sometimes what happen, like one person is making the pattern and the second person is going to cutting the fabric. So it should be clear with these markings that how to place your fabric, how many pieces are required to cut. Like these are the details which are must, or we can say very helpful while cutting your fabric. So let's start with the cutting of this pattern. Okay, so first we are going to cut our back part. As I have told you that we are going to cut it on two pieces. See what we are going to do. The one selvage I have already removed. We are going to remove the another selvage also. Just apply a notch here and then tear it off. Or you can cut it with the scissor also by marking it properly. So this is your selvage. Iron it properly, and then keep your both the selvages like this. Okay, keep your fabric like this. Now put your back pattern. This center front should be at the open side. So we are going to put the pattern like this. Make sure you have leave around half inch or 1 inch from all the sides, and then we are going to mark it. You can put your pattern like this also, and you can put your pattern like this also. It doesn't matter. Okay, so put your pattern like this, but make sure if you are putting your pattern the side seam on the edge, so make sure at least leave 1.5 inch from this side, because at the side seam we are going to mark at least 1 inches as a seam allowance. So put your pattern like this. You can mark some pins also to make it stable. And then trace out these lines. This is your back neckline, then shoulder line, armhole, your side seam line, waistline, and then your dart, and then mark your center front line also. So this is the pattern we have traced already. So now what we are going to do, make sure our fabric is on 2 layers. So see, these are the 2 layers, because we are going to cut 2 pieces, right? Now we need to add seam allowances on all the sides. Okay, so this is the grading scale. We are going to mark the seam allowance with this grading scale. Why? Because it is indicating this is your half inch, this is your 1 inch. Okay, like that. So it will be more easy for you guys. See, this line you can put on the existing line, and then if you mark it here, then it will, your seam allowance will be exact half inch. So put this half inch line on the previous line like that, and mark your cutting line. You can do one thing, you can mark your cutting line with the different color. As I have marked this interline line with the black color, and the outer line you can mark with the blue color also, so you won't get confused like which line you should cut. Okay, see, from here you can mark one. So there are 2 ways. You can mark it like that also, that mark 1 inch like that, and then again mark 1 inch. So it will consume a lot of time. So instead of that, you can just take this line as your base line. Like you need to put your line on the previous line, which is your side seam line, and then apply a cutting line. So this will be your cutting line. Join these 2 lines together. After that, here you need to mark around 1 inch. So we will mark for the front part also. So the same way, put the center line in the center front, and then apply a half inch allowance at the center front also. Why we have applied half inch allowance? Or you can apply, we can say around 1 centimeter allowance also here instead of half inch. At the neck side, we won't take half inch exact. We'll be taking it either 1 centimeter, or you can say 1/4 inch. Why? Because at the curve line, if you keep more allowance, then it will be you can say problematic while you will be stitching. So at the shoulder also, all the straight lines we are going to mark half inch. At the shoulder also I have marked half. Now I want to mark here 1 point less than your C. This line was your half inch ki line, and this line I want to mark. This 3 points I want to mark as a seam allowance for armhole. So I will put this line like that, the third line on the previous line, and then slightly I'll move it along with the curve. You can mark it in a dotted line. This is the easiest way to mark the seam allowance with the grading scale. The second way is very, you can say, I'll show you the second way also. If you want to mark 3 points, so you can mark 3 points like that also. That 1, 2 and this is your 3 point. So this way also you can mark your seam allowance. So it's totally up to you how you feeling it easy to make. So now we are ready with the back part, and then you can cut it from the outer line, which is your cutting line. Make sure these are into 2 layers. This is the back part. We are going to apply a placket here at the center back. While cutting any curve, please make sure you are not putting up your scissor again and again. Just make a smooth curve. As neat as clean you cut your curves, it will be more easy and it will be more, you can say, finished garment you can make. Then cut your shoulder line as well. And then back neck also. So this is the, you can say, back part. We are ready with the back part. Now you can transfer this dart at the back side also. See, this is the back side, and you can mark the legs of dart also. Like that. If you want to mark these allowances also, you can mark these allowances also. And then we'll keep it at side. Now we are going to cut our front pattern from the folded side. See, this is the folded side. The width of my fabric was a bit less. See, so I can't accommodate my entire pattern here because the fabric is less. So I am going to take another piece of fabric. Okay, so we are going to cut the front part from this pattern. See, as I have earlier explained, this is the folded side. So keep this folded side like that, exactly on the edge, because here we are not going to apply a seam. So that is why we don't need a seam allowance to be added at this side. Okay, keep it like that. Mark your front neckline, shoulder line, armhole, side seam, your waistline, dart leg. This area is known as dart intake, and this dart length. Okay, so we have traced this pattern out, and the similar way which we have applied at the back side, we are going to apply the same seam allowance at the front also. At the side seam we have applied 1 inch, so mark it like that. At the waistline we have put ½ inch, so mark it with the grading scale. At the waistline again ½ inch. Mark it till this point, because we are not going to cut the allowance from the dart line, because we are going to just stitch it like that. Then again ½ inch at the shoulder, and then 3 points at your curved area. You can mark this curved line, the cutting line, in dots. and the same way we are going to mark seam allowance for the neckline also. Make sure don't keep your seam allowance at the curved area more than the 3 points. These 3 points, 1, 2 and 3, these 3 points of an inch. And then we are going to cut this pattern out. Okay, so you must be thinking that at the side seam why we have cut 1 inch. Because at side seam we require, you can say, more allowance, because you can loosen it and tighten it, or you can say you can alter the size later on. And why very less at the curved area? As I have explained, your curved area, if you put around half inch or more than the 3 points at the curved area, then you will find it difficult to finish. So cut this line properly. So we are ready with our patterns. Transfer the dart line again at the back side also, as I can, this fabric is a bit see-through, so I can identify the lines at the front, and then I can join these lines like that. So this is the pieces we are going to cut like that, and now you can see this is your, when you open it up, this area is in your, you can say, joint from here. Now this is a single piece for the front part, and we have 2 pieces for your back part. So now in the next video I'll explain you how to join these patterns to make your basic bodice block finish.